Hi, I'm Laura Lawson Boatman. In this video, I'm going to talk about how to do EFT. EFT is a really simple technique to learn and to master, and you'll be able to use it for so many different issues. If you're interested in learning more about what EFT is, I have another video that I'll put a link to down below in the information box. So if you want to watch that, you can kind of find out more about what I think about EFT. But in this video, we're going to just talk about how to do it. So let's go ahead and get started. First thing first, what I want you to do is pick an issue that you want to address while we're learning EFT. You might as well go ahead and use it to let go of something so you'll be able to see how powerful it is. So you can pick something emotional. Let's say you're feeling upset about something. Just pick or pick a negative belief. If you've got something you're stressed out about, you can pick a particular issue or a particular event that you're worried about. If you feel bad about something that happened, you can pick something like that. So just pick an issue that you want to address. You can also use it for physical symptoms. So if you're feeling discomfort in any part of your body, you can give that a try too. So go ahead and take a sec to just pick an issue. And you can pause the video now if you need to. Okay. So once you have your issue, what you want to do is you want to come up with a little phrase about what the issue is. All right, so let's say you're worried about a job interview. Okay, so that's what you would pick. You would say, you just give that a little phrase, pick a phrase that sort of essentially, captures what you want to address. So this worry about my job interview would be what you would pick. So hopefully that makes sense. So then after you pick that phrase, once you develop that phrase, then you're going to want to look at the intensity level of that particular issue right now for you. Now, if it's an issue that you know could really bother you, but you don't really want to get into the intensity of it, you can just sort of say, well, what would it be if I really thought about it? How intense could it get? So on a scale of 1 being nothing, and it's perfectly fine with you, to 10, which is the most intense you could imagine, just pick on a scale of 1 to 10, give it a rating where you are with that particular issue, or where you could be, as I said. Okay, so just take a second to go ahead and do that. Pause the video if you need to, and then we'll go on. So once you have your issue identified and the rating for it, then we're ready to get started. So we're going to start with what we call the setup phrase. The setup phrase is going to use that initial phrase that we talked about, the description of your issue, in a particular way. We're going to say the setup phrase 3 times, and we're going to be rubbing on a particular acupressure point. So to find that point, you start at the U-shaped indentation at the base of your throat. So find that U-shaped indentation where your 2 collarbones meet, right there. Then you're going to go about 3 inches down and 3 inches over on either side of your body, it doesn't matter, and feel around within about a 2-inch radius there for a tender spot. Okay, and this is actually called the tender spot for that exact reason, because it's an energy point that generally is tender with people when they first start doing EFT. So you're going to just rub on that point with a medium amount of pressure. You don't want it to hurt, but it will be tender. Okay, so you're going to rub on that point as we say, and I want you to just follow along with me. Here's the structure of the setup phrase. And I'm going to just say this issue as we're going through this video, okay? And when I say this issue, you can either just say this issue along with me, or you can substitute your phrase that you have identified that you want to work on. Either way is fine. So just rub on the tender spot and say, even though I have this issue, so repeat after me, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I have this issue, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I have this issue, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Okay, good. So as I said, we do that 3 times. All right, so now we're ready to get into the tapping sequence. So you're going to start with the first point, which is directly right on top of the beginning of your eyebrow. And like I said, you could do either side, it doesn't matter. So you're going to tap right here on top of your actual eyebrow. Use 2 fingers. Again, use a medium amount of pressure so you can actually feel it. You don't want it to hurt, but just go ahead and tap on it firmly. Okay, so as you're tapping on this, and as you're going through this yourself, you only have to do it like 7 or 8 times, but I'm talking on that, so I'll go ahead and do it. So you're going to tap on that point, and you're just going to say, this issue. which is just reminding you of what you're tapping on as you go through the sequence. All right, now you're going to go to the second point, which is right on your eye socket bone, right on the side of your eye, okay? Use 2 fingers on that point again and say, this issue. Okay, now the third point is straight down from your pupil if you're looking straight ahead on the eye socket bone again, all right? So use 2 fingers right there and say, this issue. Okay, now we're going to do the upper lip point. Now that's halfway between like the base of your nose and the beginning of your lip, all right? Right in the ridge right there. So you tap on that point and you say, this issue. Again, or whatever issue you're working on. Now we're going to do the chin point, which is right at the ridge of your chin. Generally, that's about halfway between the base of your lip and the point of your chin. So right there. So you're going to tap on that point and say, this issue. Good. All right, now we're going to go again to that U-shaped indentation, but this time we're going to go just 1 inch down and 1 inch over. Again, on either side is fine. All right. So just tap on that point. This is often a tender spot for people too. A good energy point. And say, this issue. Good, okay. So now we're going to go under the arm. You're going to go about 4 inches down from your armpit on the side of your body. Usually that's right in the middle of your bra strap if you're a woman. Just 4 inches down on the side. All right, so tap on that point, use 2 fingers, and say, this issue. Okay, good. All right, so that's essentially the sequence. Now I add an additional point. This is one of the acupressure points, an alternative for doing the tender spot. You can also use this point here to say the setup phrase. But what I'll do at the end of a round, we'll go at the base of the pinky and the base of the wrist. You're going to go halfway between, right here at the fleshy part of your hand, and tap on that. They also call that the karate chop point, you know, like hi-ya. So tap on that part of your hand, and here's where we're going to, I'll re-say the setup phrase. So we say, even though I have this issue, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And then I'll add a little affirmation at the end. So follow along with me. And I choose to let go of this issue completely now. And let myself feel unconditional well-being. Okay, good. So that's the end of that round. Now usually you can feel a little bit of a rush of energy at that point. So just take a deep breath and check in and see, where are you now with this issue? Okay, so check and see, on a scale of 1 to 10, how intense is it now? Has it gone down? Has the issue changed? Let's say you were feeling anxious before. Now are you feeling a little sad, or maybe a little irritated, or it could be anything. You know, there's lots of different layers of an issue sometimes. So just check in and see where you are. If it has gone down, that's wonderful. All you need to do is another round, okay? So you just do the same thing, except in the second round, you will say, even though I still have some of this issue, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. You'll say that 3 times, and then you'll say, this remaining issue. That acknowledges to your consciousness that you do see that you've made progress on this already within just 1 round. So you just say, this remaining issue, as you go through the points. Okay. Now, if you haven't made any progress with it, which will occasionally happen, I mean, from my experience with EFT, generally, 85 to 90% of the time, that cycle just works by itself. But if you need to do a little bit of extra, if you're finding that for some reason this issue just doesn't want to budge, then you can do what we call the 9 gamut process. So what you're going to do is you're going to find a point between your ring finger and your pinky finger knuckles, and you're going to go 1 inch down between the tendons there. So you see sort of a triangle. Okay, so you're going to just tap on that point, and we're going to integrate the left and right sides of your brain to allow that sort of opening of energy to happen more easily. So you're going to close your eyes and open your eyes. And look down hard to the right and down hard to the left. And roll your eyes around in a circle one way, and then roll the other way. And then for the right side of your brain, we're going to hum a little tune. I know this seems a little goofy, but it actually really works. So go ahead and give it a try. So you want to hum a little tune. I use row, row, row your boat. So we'll go, hum along with me. And now count to 5 for the left side of your brain. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we'll hum row your boat again. Okay, good. And that's it. That's the 9 gamut. So then we'll go through the cycle again. And we'll just go ahead and do it again. So tap with me. This issue. Side of the eye, this issue. Under the eye, this issue. Upper lip, this issue. Chin, this issue. Collarbone, this issue. Again, that's 1 inch down and 1 inch over. Under the arm, this issue. And then the side of the hand. Even though I still have some of this issue, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And I choose to let go of this issue completely now. And let myself feel unconditional well-being. Good. Now take a deep breath again. And you're going to want to just check in again and see how you're doing. So that's it. That's a simple process. Now, as I said, you can do the 9 gamut, but most of the time you won't need to. You just do 1 round of EFT, check in and see if it's gone down. If it has, do another round and do another round and continue on with that process until you get it down to a 1 or 0. Because it's so worth it to do that. As you go through this process, you'll feel the energy shifting. You'll feel your emotions releasing. It's just in a very gentle, very wonderful way. And as I said before, you'll get a whole new insight and understanding to whatever situation that you're in. And the funny thing is, too, it's good to take those ratings beforehand, because as we do EFT, it shifts your vibration and your sort of energetic pattern so completely and dramatically that sometimes you don't even remember how intense it was when you first started tapping. So it's always nice to go ahead and see, wow, you know what, that was a 9. Whoa. So anyway, I hope you use this video. Watch it over and over, until you really get it down for yourself. You can watch it over and over just to deal with any issue that you want to address. So I really hope this has been helpful to you. And if it has, you can just click the like button below if you want to. And if you have any questions or comments, you can get a hold of me through my blog. And just click the link below in the box below, and I'll be happy to answer your questions. And I just love to hear from you. So thanks a lot for watching. And you can subscribe to my channel if you like, because I'm going to have a lot more videos that I'll be putting up too. So I hope you're doing well, and I hope you enjoyed that. And have a wonderful day. All right, you take care.